Hey guys, Ray Meadows, a deplorable American. I want to talk to my black American voters, mainly Democrats, tonight. And I just want to ask you some questions. Hopefully you care enough to hear me out. And I want you to really think about what I've said. And I beg you to do your homework. If you find something I say is incorrect, please call me out on it. Again, be glad to debate it, make a video about it, do it on TV. That'd be great. But please don't call me a racist, because I really believe your vote's important, and I really believe the more informed you are, I find it hard to believe you'd even be a Democrat, much less vote for Hillary. So hear me out with an open mind, and let's get started. Number one thing the first thing I'd like to bring to your attention is the Republicans freed the slaves. That's a fact. The Republicans passed the 15th Amendment that gave blacks the right to vote. That's a fact. The Republicans voted 80% to the Democrats 61% and passed the Civil Rights Act. That's a fact. Now it's kind of ironic that and this gets back to why I want to have this conversation. Lyndon B. Johnson was president, and they say, oh, he's the one that was responsible for the Civil Rights Act. Well, a little fact about that is he filibustered that when he was the House Majority Leader a couple of years before. And then Republicans put it back on his desk, and it got voted in. So those are the little tidbits that people tend, especially a lot of the black leaders, tend to leave out. So the Republicans passed the Civil Rights Act. So when Martin Luther King was marching in the streets, what he wanted to happen, the Republicans helped him do that. And I have a little video about Martin Luther King that's going to be posted as well. I hope you watch it. Now, Dred Scott, I don't know if y'all know who Dred Scott is, but Dred Scott is called the Dred Scott Act. The Democrats Party passed the Dred Scott Act and declared black people were property and had no rights. And if you came here and weren't born here, you could never be a citizen. That was brought to you by the Democratic Party. The Republicans proposed anti-lynching laws, which never passed because they kept getting blocked over and over and over by the Democratic Party. Those are all facts. The fugitive slave laws were passed by the Democrats, which basically said if a slave escaped and wasn't taken back to his owner, that whoever held him, there'd be heavy fines. That was a law passed by the Democratic Party. Bull Connor. I doubt you know who Bull Connor is, but I do. Bull Connor was the commissioner of Birmingham back then in the civil rights days. He's the one that unleashed the black batons that they were hitting people in the head with, the dogs, the water hoses. And he said, he was a Democrat, and he said segregation at all costs. That's Bull Connor, Democrat, who was the commissioner of Birmingham. Now, the KKK was founded, all the founding members of the KKK were Democrats. They weren't Republicans. So, those are all facts. I don't understand why you would think that Republicans are against you, or Republicans are not open-minded, or they're racist, or they're bigots. Why? We have a historical track record of being very fair and very open and actually fighting for everything that we say we stand for. We have a record of that. Now, that being said, I want you to ask yourself, what has Obama done for you? 8 years in office, first black president. What's he done for the average black American? What has the Democratic Party done for you guys? Now, I want to tread lightly on this because I'm going to do a whole nother video on it. But Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we understand that obviously from Black Lives Matter, the movement, that they matter when something happens between black people and cops. But it kind of concerns me and bothers me if Black Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter, follow me on that, why are they not marching in the street when over 700 black Americans have been shot down in just Chicago this year alone? 700. I don't see Black Lives Matter doing anything about that. But if something happens with an officer of the law, which, hey, I'm not saying that's okay, because it's never okay, but all Black Lives matter. And when I hear things like when the little girl back a couple of years ago was on her bed with, I think, her aunt and her grandmother doing her homework, and she got shot and her grandmother got shot, nobody was marching in the streets. So if Black Lives Matter, and I'm saying this to the people that march and say they're part of Black Lives Matter, then why aren't all Black Lives Matter? You need to get to it. That's my personal opinion. Now, last but not least, and I know you're probably not going to like this, but this is a fact, and I'm going to post the video myself. Malcolm X, he understood that the Republican Party was better for black Americans. And this is a quote. He said, black Democrats are chumps, and not only are they chumps, they're traitors to their race. That's Malcolm X. So, like I said, I'm going to post that. Please get informed, guys. Come over to the Republican Party, and let's make America great again. Be informed either way. If you're going to vote and you're going to stay Democrat, hey, I wish you could come up with a list like this to tell me why you should be a Democrat. Anyway, I'm Ray Meadows. I'm a deplorable American. Come be one with me. Thanks, guys.